everybody. Hold on, I gotta fix the camera. Wasn't that prepared this time. Okay, I wanted to make a quick video of, well, I don't know if it'll be quick, but it won't be real, like 8 minutes long. But so I decided to do a review on a movie. Probably out of all the horror movies I've seen, nowadays movies aren't that great. I mean, the horror movies aren't that great because they're just the same thing over and over. Like, if you see, like, you know how they play out the characters, but if you see one character, you're like, oh, they're dead. You know that already. But this was actually, I like foreign films. I'm the type of person who, when I read subtitles, I will actually think that they're saying it in my mind. It's really odd, but this doesn't have subtitles. You can get subtitles, or you can have them speak in Chinese, or you can just have them speak English, which I watch it when they speak English, but because I choose that instead. But I don't have the box with me because I rented it, because I've rented this movie millions of times, but I could never find it to buy it, so I might just go on the internet and buy it. But it's called The Host, and I don't know the exact names of the actors. Excuse me, I have a cold. I'll post them down below so you can see. But mainly, The Host takes place in South Korea by the Han River, and in the beginning, they showed two scientists. And they showed two scientists in the lab room, and one of the scientists says, "Look at these. Look at the 300 bottles of poison. They're covered in dust. Dump them down. The drain." So the other guy's like, "But if I do, they'll all lead in the Han River." And the guy's like, "Well, the Han River is big. It won't do anything." So he said, "That's an order, so you need to do it." So the guy dumps all of the poison down the drain. And then it goes to 2 years later, where they show two people in the Han River, fly fishing or fishing. Hi, Buttercup. It's my cat. I don't know. Oh, you can't see her. Oh yeah, you can. Anyway, as I was saying, you can't. They'll show two fishermen fishing in the water, and they have a cup, and he's like, "Look at this," and they don't show it, but they're guessing that it kind of looks like a newt, and they're like, "What is this? It's mutation, whatever." And this isn't a sci-fi movie, by the way. I don't like those. So it goes on 4 years later, where a man just got bankrupted, and he's very depressed, and he's about to jump off of the bridge, and then his business working men are running up behind him, but he looks down and he says, "Am I blind? There's a big black thing that jumped in the water," and he's like, "Bye, whatever." So he jumps off, and then it goes to present day, where it shows a man. I think his name is Park Namju. I think they call him Namju, and I believe that's his name. I'm not 100% sure, pretty much. But so they work in these food stands, but they're kind of like roach coaches. I don't know. Some people might know them. I see them on the internet sometimes. I don't know. But so it shows him, and he and his and he's very, very, he's kind of slow, but he used to be really smart when he was young, but his brain kind of faded apart away. So his dad and his daughter live in the roach coach. So one day, it's right on the Han River, and they serve people food. So he has to serve. His daughter's home. She came home from school, and he has to serve squid to the people with beer. So he's like, "Oh, here you go. It has 10 legs this time. You'll find out why." And they were like, "Look in the water," and you see on this bridge a lizard, a giant meg thing similar to a lizard, hanging by its tail, swinging a little bit, and he jumps in the water, and he swims up. All you see is a black mark. So Namju throws, a beer in, and it takes it. So people start playfully throwing food, thinking it's funny, and then it swims away. So you think, "Oh, gone, whatever. Let's see. It'll go another 2 years." Then you see Namju look off in the distance, and this is a great intense scene. You see the monster coming and knocking people in the water, and it's just 5 minutes of them killing people. It's really cool. And not killing people, but just cool how he does it, whatever. And so then he has to grab his daughter because everybody's running, and so he trips, and then he grabs another kid's hand, and it's the wrong kid because she is wearing the same uniform, and then he looks away before him, and the daughter gets not eaten. I don't know. He just picks him up in her mouth and goes back into the river and brings her away. No, wraps her by her tail, because that's her right here. You know, this might be a long video, but whatever. And then it goes on where the movie is people say, oh, it's a virus if you become indirect with the monster. So Namju's like, no, my daughter is, and then Namju had to go through quarantine because he said, oh yeah, I got direct contact, and he keeps on telling these people, let me go, my daughter is in a sewer. The monster spit her out, but they think he's nuts, so they do brain surgery, and I'm not going to tell you who dies and who doesn't. I can tell you Namju doesn't die. But so then his brother and sister help him out, and finally, it's the movie of them searching and breaking into places, searching to try to find the sewer she's in, because he got a phone call from her one night. And this is very disorganized. I should have planned this first. But anyway, so finally they trace her phone call, and they find out the sewer she's in. The brother does. That's so hot in here, but whatever. And so finally, the brother and everybody, they go into the sewer, and all they see is the monster coming, and you see the daughter's hand peeking out with, and also she meets a boy in the sewer, and they become they're like brother and sister. And so you see her holding on to him. So he jumps into the water. The monster jumps into the water over by, the big place where all the people meet by the Han River. And they have this poison called Agent Yellow. And when it drops down, it's very, very highly dangerous to humans. So they're all protesting against it, and the cops are pushing them away. But it will kill the animal. And so everybody runs away, not because of Agent Yellow, but because the monster's coming. And so, they get up there, they'll fight Namju, his family, and a hobo that his brother found on the street. They made model laws, and they start throwing in, and, they kill it. But then another little fish type thing goes into the river, but you see that for 2 seconds. And then it goes, then the monster dies. Okay, fine, I'll tell you who dies. This is a spoiler, I'll give you a warning on the top, but anyway, Namju, not Namju, I forgot her name, but the daughter dies, but the boy doesn't, and it takes place, since they killed the monster, the boy and him are still in their roach coach, and they're on, like, the edge of the river, and they're, like, the only house there, because everybody else is away from the lake, because they think that the monster is gonna come again, but Namju thinks, oh, it doesn't matter if he comes, I killed him. So, yeah, never mind, this was a long video, 8 minutes about, so, I'm sorry if I took your time, but it's one of the greatest movies I've ever seen before. I wouldn't count it as great special effects. They're good special effects, but you can tell it's fake. But, anyway, hi. Okay, anyway, just wanted to tell you that.